There's been a fresh bid from developers to build thousands of homes on undeveloped land in Darwin's rural area after a similar proposal was rejected in 2020 due to opposition from locals. Now, the ABC's reporting that Melbourne-based developer Interpack Property has written to Planning Minister Josh Burgoyne asking for an amendment to the Northern Territory's planning scheme to make way for the project set to be named Lloyd Creek Rural Village. The proposal would see 4,000 homes built south of Humpty Doo in an area zoned for rural living. Now, former member for Goyder, Kezia Purick, is among those who oppose the initial development. And look, we love having Kezia on the show, and she joins me on the line right now. Good morning to you, Kezia. Oh, let me try that again. I've dropped her out for some reason. I've lost Kezia. I'm not too sure what's happened. So I will take, have I got her on there? Let me try it again. I'll just wait until, let's see which one. Is that her? Hopefully I've got her. Let's try. Kezia, good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now, Kezia. Good to have you on the show.
Thank you, Katie.
Now,
Katie, it wasn't just the residents of the surrounding area that opposed it. It was knocked back by the government. Power and Water had issues.
Yeah.
The controller of water resources or resources had issues. So it was a combination, but definitely strong opposition from the residents in the area of not only Acacia and Elizabeth Valley area, but also in those back areas of Humpty Doo. And, I mean, this was always going to come back on the agenda. This company was never going to go away. The owner of the land clearly wants to have his business deals go forward, and that's fine. His land, do business. But this company hasn't changed. They might have given it a new pretty name, Lloyd Creek, but they're still a company that has a trust deficit. They do not have a social licence to operate because they have been abysmal in the past in regards to undertaking proper, decent community consultation. And they're just telling fibs. They told blatant lies last time and they're telling fibs again this time.
So,
you know, and
so Kezia,
we see through it.
So talk me through exactly what the concerns are. Not like you've pointed out there, it's not just residents, but talk me through the concerns from residents that you've heard and continue to hear.
Katie, what it's about is we're talking about 4,000 blocks of land, urbanisation, a big chunk of the rural area, which is zoned, it's not actually zoned RL, a lot of it, it's zoned R, which means 20-acre blocks. So you've got people that have mini farms, have cattle, have whatever, donkeys, have big as small, but chooks, you might even have a few goats for help them. But it's also about the lack of infrastructure. Now, they've come out and said, yes, we're going to access, there's an untapped and no one knows about this aquifer and we're going to use it. No, you're not. I mean, you can't trick us. Everyone knows about the aquifers in the rural area, not the least the residents. I mean, government clearly knows what's going on. And they're talking about using the water from this aquifer. They cannot provide private water. Power and Water is the only one that can provide water services and sewerage to blocks and people in the Northern Territory. So there's issues with water. And the fact that the Arrows project is going ahead, that's good. But at this stage, it's not planned to make a little detour into Acacia Hills, Noonamah to provide water for this project. And I sit on that community group, and there is no plans at this stage. But the biggest thing at the heart of it is their poor lack of consultation. So, last round, the company's saying now, oh, we've done consultation, we did this, we did. No, you didn't. That's a load of bullshit. Jerry Wood and I organised the community meetings, which were attended by a couple of hundred people. We organised a petition. We did survey work. The company's just piggybacking and saying, oh, we've done this work. Recently, they said they surveyed, 20 people or something. That's bullshit. No survey work, no focus groups, nothing has been done in the affected area. So, as I said at the beginning, Katie, there is a serious trust deficit with this company, and the proposal should be rejected again. But if they are serious about trying to move forward with something, for goodness sake, you get off your little white asses from down south and organise a community meeting down at the Elizabeth Valley Fire Station area, because it's got a big area that we can hold public meetings, and explain to people exactly what you want to do and how it will have minimal impact on their amenity, their lifestyle, their water, their road infrastructure, etc.
So, Kezia, with that water issue, the developers have apparently pointed to construction of the Strauss water treatment plant, saying that it's going to deliver portable water to the site. Could that happen? I don't live in the rural area, as you know, so you've got a better idea than I.
Katie, I sit on that community reference group for the Arrows project, along with other stakeholders.
Yep.
Now, there has been no reference, and we've been going for about 3 or 4 years now, no reference to taking water from the Strauss treatment plant, which is being built to complement the water coming from Manton Dam. So I think they're having a lend of themselves. You know, that water is planned to come into the main system that feeds Darwin and Palmerston and some of the rural area.
Yep.
So if they reckon they're going to get that water, I'd like to see some evidence. Show me some evidence of your discussions with the Northern Territory Government and Power and Water that says and proves that you're getting water from that treatment plant, which is a treatment plant, all right? It's not a holding dam.
Now, I am hopefully going to have the developer on the show tomorrow, so I'll see what I can find out. Kezia, I guess from the other side of this, the Northern Territory, as we know, is we are in a housing shortage. I mean, what do you say to those that are thinking, well, I'd like to live out there. I'd like to be able to, to buy a house and land package out there?
It won't be cheap, Katie. They're kidding themselves if they think it's going to be cheap. By the time infrastructure gets put in, it will just be a dormitory suburb. Everyone will just sleep there and then go and work and play somewhere else. Okay, let's look at the land that's available.
Yep.
Zacole is still not fully developed. Marlowe's Lagoon, the second stage, has not been developed. You've got Norcrest at Berrimah that's got a massive amount of land yet to be developed. You've got Muirhead, the defence land out there. I know there's problems with that, but that still hasn't been developed. You've got Holtz here, which is looking to put 400 or 500 blocks onto the market in about 4 years or something like that. So don't tell me there's a lack of land and potential for development. Oh, and the old Malak Caravan Park, that's another one.
Yep.
So if people think, I'd get a nice little piece of land and go and live in the rural area, no, you won't. You'll be in an urban little jungle with small blocks, and you'll be ending up just like all those tiny micro sort of suburbs in and around Palmerston.
Kezia, what do you think that there is something like? Do you think that they could make some changes for this to be viable, in your opinion, or to maybe viable is not the right word, but workable?
No, workable that fits in with their obviously profit agenda, and that's fine. I don't have an issue. They're a private company. They really need to look at it as a rural setting for starters. Like the zoning is for 20-acre blocks or 5-acre blocks, but they don't want that. So people would be happy, be comfortable if big chunks were 5 acres, step down to possibly 1 acre. I'm not sure what that is in hectares, but it's still a big chunk of land, like Howard River Park, that area. But at this point in time, that's not what's on their agenda. They want to have 4,000 smaller blocks like a new Palmerston. That's basically what it is. And the residents, rightly so, are very concerned and very angry because of what I've said is the misrepresentation and the misleading information that this company keeps putting out.
Well, Kezia, what are the next steps from your perspective?
But what people, and I'll be helping too, and Jerry Wood has as well, because I've been very disappointed with the current members of the CLP, both member for Goyder and the member for Nelson. It was almost as if they're not interested, That's someone else's problem. I don't know whose problem it is, but they're not interested. What people need to do is to get their concerns into the Development Consent Authority. They've got till, I think, the 16th of May, express their concerns, write to the government as to why they don't believe this development proposal is appropriate. And also, I still say, why isn't the company talking to the government about Waddell? They reckon in the past with the Labor government they did and Labor wasn't interested. Have they spoken to the CLP government about doing business in regards to Waddell? So people need to get their submissions in, then the Development Consent will hold a public meeting and hopefully see that this whole development application is flawed from the very beginning.
Well, Kezia Purick, always love having you on the show. Geez, we miss you, Kezia. I wonder if your mum that's not your mum is going to text in.
Oh, she's deadly with that telephone, I tell you. She keeps putting it on night mode and sometimes it's on aeroplane mode.
No,
Anyway,
but every
you're
time
doing a
you
good
come
job,
in,
Katie.
usually people message in every time you come on. And remember, we always had the texter that said, love Kezia, but not Kezia's mum. Remember?
Oh, no. Where's that person gone?
I don't know. They
Oh,
might be
no.
back. I reckon they'll be back, Kezia. I've no doubt about it. It is
Tell
always
them to
good.
text in again.
I'm sure
All
they
righty,
will.
Katie.
Good on you. Thanks, Kezia. Talk
Thanks
soon.
for calling.
See
you,
ya.
matey.
Bye.
Ta-da.